Welcome back. Today we're diving into a head-to-head comparison, Babbel versus Bilinguapp. Two giants in language learning, but very different approaches.
Yeah, and both have their fans. Babbel is like that structured classroom you actually enjoy, while Bilinguapp is more like story time with a twist.
Totally. Babbel leans into grammar and real-life conversations. It almost feels like you're prepping for a real trip.
Meanwhile, Bilinguapp lets you read books and articles side by side with translations. It's like having a bilingual buddy whispering translations to you.
Have you tried both? I'm curious which one you felt more motivated to stick with.
I gave both a shot. Babbel felt more goal-oriented, like ticking boxes. Bilinguapp was relaxing, but sometimes I wondered if I was really absorbing enough.
Interesting. Babbel does pride itself on structure. They even say their courses are built by language experts.
Right, and they offer tailored lessons based on your native language, which actually makes a big difference in difficulty curves.
Bilinguapp doesn't really adapt to your native language, though. It's more one-size-fits-all.
Yeah, but the beauty of Bilinguapp is that it's immersive without pressure. You dive into stories immediately, no heavy grammar drills up front.
True, and having text from fairy tales to news articles keeps it fresh. It's like building vocab without even noticing.
Exactly. But if you're someone who needs a roadmap, Babbel feels safer. You know where you're heading at every step.
Speaking of roadmaps, Babbel has those review managers that remind you to revisit old lessons. That spaced repetition is gold for memory.
Definitely. Bilinguapp doesn't have that same reinforcement mechanism. You have to be self-motivated to review.
It kind of comes down to learning styles, right? Structured learners might vibe more with Babbel.
And intuitive learners, or book lovers, probably fall for Bilinguapp. I mean, who doesn't want to read The Little Prince while learning French?
Haha, right? Plus, the dual language format in Bilinguapp helps you catch context clues naturally.
True, but one downside, if you're not paying close attention, you might just start reading in English and forget the learning part.
Oh, totally. I did that a few times. My brain went, cool story, and skipped the Spanish altogether.
Classic. And speaking of costs, Babbel usually requires a subscription, but it feels robust for the price.
Meanwhile, Bilinguapp offers a lot for free, but unlocking premium features gets you more book options and offline reading.
Worth it if you travel a lot or have spotty internet, honestly.
Also, Babbel offers live classes now, right? That's a big plus if you want real interaction.
Yeah, live tutors. It brings a real accountability factor. Bilinguapp doesn't have that. It's more of a solo journey.
I guess it's like the difference between attending a course and being a bookworm adventurer.
Great way to put it. And honestly, neither method is wrong. It's all about what keeps you coming back.
Exactly. Consistency beats everything when it comes to language learning.
For sure. You could have the best app in the world, but if you ghost it after a week, it's useless.
Ha 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 ha. Guilty as charged. I once downloaded 5 apps thinking I'd be fluent in 3 months.
Same. Meanwhile, all I really got was an inbox full of reminders I happily ignored.
In fairness, both Babbel and Bilinguapp do a decent job keeping things engaging without being too pushy.
I like that neither feels gamified to the point of being childish. They respect the learner's maturity.
Good point. Some apps feel like you're babysitting yourself with cartoons.
Exactly. Babbel feels academic without being dry, and Bilinguapp feels light without being fluffy.
If you had to recommend one to a complete beginner, which would you pick?
Probably Babbel. It's like getting a solid foundation before you wander off into reading stories.
Same. Once you have some basics, Bilinguapp becomes way more effective.
Yeah, otherwise you might end up guessing plots instead of learning the language.
Been there. Thought I was reading a crime thriller. Turned out it was a cooking recipe.
That's some spicy plot twist right there.
Haha. So, in summary, Babbel for structure and fundamentals, Bilinguap for immersion and vibe.
And maybe both together if you're serious. Start structured, then branch into casual reading.
Honestly, that's the perfect combo. Formal foundation plus fun exposure.
Yep. At the end of the day, the best tool is the one you actually use.
Couldn't have said it better. Keep it steady, keep it fun. That's how languages stick.
Absolutely. And hey, whether it's Babbel, Bilinguap, or even sticky notes on the fridge, just keep at it.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope this chat helps you pick your perfect learning partner.
And remember, whatever you choose, the real secret is just showing up every day. Happy learning.
Catch you next time.
Bye.